Hey guys, welcome to this messy bun. So we are back. I know that we took some time off because life sucks sometimes and it happens, but we're back, we're good, we're healthy, like not anything super scary, but we are here. So we are so excited to be back in the kitchen, and since we are kind of doing this big comeback today, we're doing a big time sandwich. It's gonna be so delicious. It's snowing outside today, so this is gonna be like something super yummy and comforting too. So I'm really excited. So we are gonna be doing a big pork sandwich. We're gonna be doing pork chops, and we're gonna be doing arugula. I'm gonna be making a sauce. My family hates mayonnaise, so we're gonna be doing some Greek yogurt and some lemon and some herbs. It's gonna be so fantastic. And then if that wasn't enough big flavor, we're going to be adding a delicious, perfect egg on top of it. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so good. It's going to have all the flavors, all the notes. It's going to be so big, like big, big, big. So let's get started, shall we? Okay, so for our pork, we're going to be starting the big flavor with seasoning. We'll have all the amounts on the blog, in the link in the video on the blog. So we'll definitely get you the recipe, but it's just paprika, garlic powder, onion powder. If you've been here before, words are hard for me. Salt, pepper, and a little bit of oregano. So I have a couple. Why is this my life? How does that happen? Okay. I have a couple of pork chops. They're fairly thin. They don't have the bone in them. I did trim some of the fat off the side just because I wanted to make sure that, it had time to cook, and I knew that I wasn't going to be able to render all of that off. So we have 5 of them here. We want to make sure that we season both sides nicely. So we're just going to kind of do that really quickly. This sandwich is going to be so perfect for today when it's all cold and snowy. I'm so excited. Love, love, love the snow. Us being from California, Southern California, we didn't really get to see snow a whole lot when we were kids. So it's still such a big treat for me. I get so excited. Okay, get this side going. I actually got this idea because my husband, James, I'd be like, what do you want for dinner? And he's like, a pork chop sandwich. I'm like, what the heck? I've never heard of a pork chop sandwich before. All right, that all looks pretty good. I have a cast iron pan that I have some olive oil and butter in. I have it on medium high. We're gonna go ahead and add our pork chops to that. Starting to hear that sizzle. And we're gonna let these cook for, there we go. We're gonna let these cook for 5 minutes on each side, and then we're gonna let them rest for at least 10 minutes because we want to make sure all the moisture and the juice and everything stays in there so they're perfectly cooked. And let me get washed up and we'll come back. Our pork chops have been cooking for 5 minutes, so we're gonna go ahead and flip them over so they can continue to cook. Look how beautiful that is. You see that? So good. All right. The crust on there is amazing, and it smells so fantastic. So our pork is done, so we're going to go ahead and remove it from the pan. And it looks and smells amazing. You see all that? Gorgeous color. It's going to be so good. All right. I'm also going to start my oven up to broil because we're going to be toasting up our bread. We're going to be using ciabatta bread because it's going to be able to hold up to such a big sandwich, and the texture of ciabatta, I just love it. It's one of my favorite breads. Okay, so for the sauce, I know that I've mentioned this a bazillion and one times. My family hates mayonnaise. They're not buying it, not having it, won't eat it at all, even the ones that are made with olive oil and things. So I'm always trying to find a good replacement, and I found that Greek yogurt is hands down the best replacement for mayonnaise. Not only that, but it adds such a zip and a tart kind of twang You know what I mean? It's really good. So if you're, you know, wanting to try like a different spin on making sauces, Greek yogurt is definitely a good replacement. Okay, so I have some Greek yogurt here. To that, I'm going to add a little bit of lemon juice just to give a nice acidity. I have been doing all my grocery shopping for the most part that I can do online, which is cool. A lot of stores offer it. Awesome. The thing that sucks about that sometimes though is they tell you that things are out of stock when, you know, they probably aren't, but it is what it is. So in this case, garlic of all things was out of stock. So I have found that keeping a jar of garlic in the fridge, while it doesn't exactly give you the garlic flavor that you would get from a fresh garlic, it's still there and it stays in the refrigerator for like ever. So we're gonna go ahead and do some of that. And to that, I'm going to do some green, ooh, that just made a huge mess. Can dogs eat green onions, guys? We probably shouldn't let her. Hold on, 1 second. We'll just do it the regular way. I'm gonna add some green onion. I'm doing a whole thing of it, the white and everything. And then I'm also gonna do a couple of tablespoons of parsley too. It's gonna be so good. Again, adding another element of big flavor to this already big sandwich. Some pepper and salt. Give that a little mix up. It smells so good. Yum. Look at that. It almost looks like a tartar sauce or something. It's not though. I bet it would be good with fish. I was grabbing for the towel. I'm such a mess. Wow. Anyways, anywho, we'll just cut all that out. Okay, stick that to the side, clean up a little bit, and I'll be right back. So we are gonna be using, like I said, ciabatta for this sandwich because you need a bread that's gonna hold up to it. We're gonna toast it under the broiler for just a few minutes. Make sure you watch it because I'm really bad about, oh, I'll come back to it, blah, and then it burns. So make sure you're watching it. But it's gonna be nice and kind of soft in the middle and crusty on the outside. It's gonna be yummy. I'm just gonna stick it right on the rack. Don't let me forget. It's on you, James. Don't let him down. Don't let us down. So we've just been kind of playing the waiting game with the bread, just giving it a few minutes under the broiler to get it toasted out, another kind of element of texture. And I think that's about where I want it. So I'm gonna go ahead and carefully pull that out. Yeah, that looks good. Awesome. Okay, so our pork has been resting for some time. You want to let it rest at least, 5 to 10 minutes. So I'm gonna just kind of chop it thinly. And you can see that it is perfectly cooked. It smells amazing. Maybe salvating just slightly. I mean, if you wanted to just take the whole pork chop and throw it on the sandwich, you totally could. But this will be a little bit easier to bite into, especially because we're gonna have that runny yolk on there that's already gonna make the sandwich super messy, which is how we like it, right? And it's gonna be so fabulous. Like, look at that crunch. Should I taste it? Do you wanna taste it? Just adding a little bit of seasoning really just takes it over the top, right off the bat. Big flavor, just from the one element of the sandwich. Okay, so for the egg, I'm gonna turn my burner on medium. I'm gonna let the pan heat up for about a minute or so. Professionals here. And then I'm gonna do a little bit of cooking spray, and I have a secret tip that I'm gonna share with you guys on how to make the most perfect egg. So be excited because it's coming. Egg-sided. But dad jokes all day. Champion of dad jokes. So I'm gonna spray this pan down with my cooking spray. And then let that heat up for, 30 seconds or so. And then we'll crack our egg in there. Give that a crack. So I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper to this egg. Let it cook for a little bit, and then we're going to add a little bit of water and put a lid on it, which is my tip. A little bit of water and lid to let it steam to cook off the white. That way you still have a super bursty, delicious yellow yolk, and the white is cooked too. Let's start building our sandwich, shall we? To the bottom bun, I'm going to do a nice handful of arugula. And then we're gonna stack up our pork. Yo, can you see that? Like, look how good that looks already. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of water on the egg. Probably not even 30 seconds, and that's gonna be done. Okay, on our top, nice little, can you hear that? Toasty bun. We're gonna put a nice amount of our amazing sauce that we made here. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so good. Ta-da! Come on! Are you kidding me right now? This is gonna be bananas. Like this, I'm surely gonna make a huge mess of myself and embarrass myself eating this. It's going to be so good. Oh my God. You know what? Good thing I've been training for all these years watching, what's that show? Triple D? Guy Fieri. Get the hunch in. Oh my God. I don't even know, like, this is so, oh my God. Oh my God. This sandwich is everything I promised you and more. There is so much big flavor with the seasoning on the pork. Simple seasoning that we did. Really elevated it with the sear. I let the pork rest for 10 to 15 minutes before I started cooking it to really make sure that I got that sear. Oh my gosh, the arugula, you get that pepper, the bitter, oh my God, the lemon from the sauce, the egg that's just everywhere all over the place. This really is the perfect messy bite, guys. Did I get it? Probably not. I know that we took some time off because, life happens sometimes, but we are happy to be back. Thank you so much for hanging out. The link for this blog, the recipe, everything that you need to make this hell of a sandwich will be in the description. On the comment section. See, I took some time off and now I don't even know how to say it again. Anyways, and thank you so much. Like, comment, follow, subscribe, do all those things. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for hanging out, and stay tuned for the wine pairing for this amazing sandwich. Stay messy. Thanks, guys. So good. It is everywhere. Can't help it. Chateau Saint Michel Cabernet Sauvignon, 2017. A big pork sandwich needs an equally big wine. Chateau Saint Michel Cabernet is just that. This medium-bodied wine is barrel-aged in American and French oak for 14 months. The process of barrel aging only adds complexity in maximizing the cab's jammy cherry, spice, and strawberry flavors. With medium acidity and silky tannins, this wine pairs perfectly with this pork sandwich. But don't just take my word for it. Try it for yourself. You can find this highly ranked, affordable Washington wine in most marketplaces as well as online at wine.com. Please use my link when ordering. Thank you.